MRecktv.
Let's go to music. M.Reck. Y'all wanna stunt and floss on Front Street? The Hawk will tear through your gut, spill out your lunch meat. You the main vic, they booking for drugs. Niggas starving out here, and you looking like grub.
That new M.Reck Catch a Lick single, aka Money Dance, that's killing the airwaves on Shade 405 and many different other stations in Connecticut, Boston, so forth and so on. You can get it now. The links is in the video description. It's available on Google Play, Deezer, YouTube Music, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, etc., etc. Go get that. One.
Slug you, the streets don't love you. Not at all. By now, homie, you shoulda knew that. Word. Ain't no Nino Browns in this town. You a new jack.
Peace, worlds. M.Reck for MRecktv. We live as always. I got a special guest in the building, my brother Twiz. He gonna give you all his aliases, his history in the rap game. He already making waves on MRecktv with that little teaser speaking on why Jim Jones think he was on America Most Wanted. Without further ado, Twiz, speak to the people.
With pleasure, right? With pleasure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For those who don't know me, I go by the name of Twiz, aka Baby Thad. The reason why it's an alias in there is because my hood know me as Baby Thad. When I started, my boy Trooper J, shout out to Trooper J, named me Baby Thad because
salute to him.
I was the youngest in the Mob Style crew. I was on the Mob Style album, the Game of Death album.
Hold on, you was on Mob Style?
Yeah, I was on the Mob Style album.
Salute, that's crazy.
Shout out to Mob Style, my big brother Gangsta Lou, Whip Wop.
Yes, sir. Salute to Lou and everybody.
Yeah, so I got the name Baby Thad from Trooper J because I remember it distinctively that we were on 148th on Convent and I was trying to think of a name and he said, yo, go with Baby Thad, and that's what I did. So later on I developed into Twiz. The way that it developed into Twiz was B Twizzy, which was slang for Baby Thad, like BT.
Gotcha.
Because I had an iced out chain with the BT on it. And my man Banky used to call me B Twizzy.
Gotcha.
So
that's dope. Got a nice ring to it.
At that point, I don't know how it happened, but it shortened up some type of way, and Ray and them started calling me Twiz. And,
Gotcha.
And that's what kind of stuck.
But before we go to the whole Wu-Tang thing, you told me, you know, on the sidebar, AZ introduced you to Mob Style. Azie Faison.
Yeah, AZ.
Yeah, I need you to elaborate on that.
Right,
I mean,
right.
you told me, but you got to tell the people, brother.
Okay. So, the way I came into Mob Style was my boy Wayne, which is AZ little brother. He go by the name of Boog Barnes. Rest in peace, Boog.
Rest in peace.
Boog died recently. I took that one kind of hard. That was one of them that I took really hard, you know. And Boog died recently. So AZ little brother and I were friends.
Gotcha.
And I always was kind of nice with the flow. Because I was from up the hill. Like most of the time that I lived in New York, because I lived up the hill.
Gotcha.
Because I don't know if people know, but I'm originally from Trinidad. So when I came to this country, we mainly were up the hill. My mother and my family and my brothers. Shout out to 151st.
So when you say up the hill, is that Sugar Hill?
No.
Okay. So break that down.
Yeah, because Harlem is broken up into sections. Up the hill is what you will call. Well, they recently changed the name now. It's Hamilton Heights and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
So up the hill would be considered Broadway, Amsterdam, Convent.
Gotcha.
But once you start getting to St. Nicholas and down St. Nicholas, Edgecombe, Bradhurst, 8th Avenue, 7th Ave, and Lenox, that's when you're considered down the hill, which they considered the valley. And
gotcha.
In some ways, it's different. Like it. Them dudes down the hill, all they respect is violence. You understand? Up the hill, we more hustlers. We more about getting our money.
Gotcha.
They are too, but they some violent people down the hill.
Gotcha.
So when I say up the hill, when I first came, we was living on 144th between Amsterdam and Broadway. Then we moved to 151st between Amsterdam and Broadway. Shout out to Jewels. You know Jewels is from that area there.
Okay.
And
oh, so you saw Jewels coming up before, I guess he got down with Dipset, because he...
Well, I the only way I kind of... I didn't really personally know Jewels when he was coming up, because he was down with a crew called Draft Picks.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
I knew his peoples that were down with Draft Picks.
Got you.
So, because some of them were from down on my side. I didn't really have a face-to-face with Jewels until later on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
shouts to Jewels.
Yeah, shout out to Jewels.
Free Jewels Santana.
Shout out to Jewels.
Salute.
You know,
that's the homie.
when you come out, make better decisions, bro. That's all I can tell you. So,
you was talking about...
Yeah. So we moved down the hill, which is St. Nicholas Avenue. One, you know, down 145th, 146th.
Now that's Sugar Hill.
That's Sugar Hill. That's considered Sugar Hill.
Okay. Now, could you give me, as well as the people, where does Sugar Hill start and end at in Harlem? Because I'm a little bit confused. I'm from Brooklyn.
Okay. Now, I'm not 100% on my Sugar Hill history.
Good. But tell me what you know. I know it's better than mine.
Get for
yeah, that's better than mine.
I believe Sugar Hill starts from, if I'm not mistaken, from St. Nicholas, probably to Bradhurst, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to look that up.
But what I'm saying is, what street though exactly? Is it just soon as St. Nick start to Bradhurst ends?
I think it's from 141st to 155th. From
So it's actually kind of like a short little part of Harlem.
Yeah. If you look at it, it's kind of a short part of Harlem.
Got you.
So then we moved to Sugar Hill, and when I moved to Sugar Hill, AZ brother Bug, you know, he always heard about me, you know, so we clicked right away, and that's where I met my right hand Ock2Gs. You know, shout out to Ock2Gs.
That's my brother. Shouts to Ock2Gs. Incredible producer, MC, writer, all that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Ock is a
shouts
phenomenal.
And gotta shout General. You're gonna get to that. Shouts to General. You know what I mean?
Shout out to General.
Yeah, ghetto millionaire.
General, the street banker.
Yes, sir.
Smartest dude I know.
Yeah.
Business wise.
And he get to it. He get to that paper. He get to them M's.
He knows how to do it.
He get to them M&Ms. And we ain't talking candy. Yes, sir.
And get on some other stuff.
Yes, sir.
So when we moved to Sugar Hill, Wayne introduced me to his brother AZ, which I heard about AZ because I remember when I was living on 146 on Amsterdam. I remember that was around the time that he's got shot, and I seen it on the news and I heard about it, but I never knew he was from right down the block. Yeah.
So, because you talking about history that people are affected by and love or just so caught up in it from the Paid in Full story.
Right.
You was actually like kind of there when AZ got shot?
That building,
which
is where we lived, which was AZ. That's the building that AZ, you know, was getting money at one time out of. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. In the building where you lived
in the building where we lived. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you used to see the homie doing this one too, pretty much. We ain't gotta say.
Nah, I kind of came after he got shot.
Got you.
Because after he got shot, he started transitioning into getting away from the hustling game and more into the music. I came around that time.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm glad you clarified that. So, let me ask you this because it all correlates. Did you know Rich Porter, or did you? Let me say this in a different way. Was Rich Porter alive when you was in Harlem?
Yeah, like I said, I've been in Harlem since I believe my mother and my brother and I came in around 1982, 83.
Okay,
So I've
okay.
been in Harlem.
Okay, got you.
Because we went to Germany. My step-pops was in the army, so we went to Germany for 3 years. So I lived out there.
Wow,
then we
you live
came
in
back.
Germany. Wow, I've been there. I toured out there, so
Yeah,
salute.
yo, clean. I think
Yeah.
that the Allies bombed Germany so much that they had to rebuild it. So Germany, when I was there, the streets were spotless.
Damn,
Yeah.
crazy.
So
That's ill. So you said 82, right?
that's when I came to America.
That's when you came to America.
Yeah.
Now I need to clarify everything because I don't know the years. What year did Rich Porter die? And I want to say my condolences to his family, Pat Porter.
Yeah, shout
and all
out,
that.
Pat. How you doing,
Yeah.
Pat?
If you can recollect.
No,
like
I
around.
can't recollect,
Mhm.
but what I can tell you, because like I was Wayne friend, like most of my focus and most of my knowledge, or most of anything was more geared towards my friendship with Wayne. I really wasn't.
And that was AZ brother.
That was AZ
Got
little
you.
brother. But
Got
God
you.
bless the dead.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get people a landscape of where you
Right.
come from and that whole time period, because you talking about an era that, like I said, people are in love with, or
Right,
people are
right.
affected by, because a lot of people try to, I guess, emulate, you know, AZ, Rich Porter,
Right.
and of course Alpo to a certain extent.
Right. Right.
So that's why I'm building on it, because most people will be in the comments, yo, Reck, why you didn't let him build on the whole Rich Porter
Nah,
thing?
nah,
You
I
feel
totally
me?
understand.
So that's why I'm building with you.
This is what I could share with you in regards to Rich Porter. I was living down the hill around the time that Darnell was kidnapped, which was Darnell's
wow.
little brother, which was
Rich.
Rich's little brother. And from me being an outsider, because I didn't know Rich or I didn't know Darnell, that was Wayne's friend, that was Bug's friend. And for me being an outsider, I saw how it affected Bug. He was nervous. Like he would go to school, he would see cars pull up, he would run, you know, those kind of things.
That's crazy.
You understand? Around the time that happened.
How old was Wayne during the time that happened? If you can remember. Because y'all was y'all about the same age, you and Wayne?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a little bit older than Wayne.
Okay.
I think I was about 2 years older than Wayne.
So how old were you at that time, if you can remember? I know it's a little
Yeah,
minute
like
ago.
I got a bad memory, but let me try to jog
just
it a
throw a
little bit.
number out there if
All
you
right.
could.
I think I probably was about 15.
Okay, so
14,
Wayne was like
15.
13 or something like that?
Yeah. Probably 16,
Oh,
somewhere
got you,
around
got
there.
you, got you. 13, 14, Wayne was, you was 15, 16.
if I'm
okay.
not mistaken.
Got
Don't
you.
quote me.
Got you. You said Wayne was shooken up from the cars pulling up.
Yeah. I would see, I would sit and I would watch how Wayne, he was jittery around that time, because that's kind of scary.
Yeah,
The little boy
definitely.
went to school, never came back. Nobody knew why. I remember Gangsta Lou. Shout out to my big brother Gangsta Lou. I remember Lou was telling me at the time.
Shouts to Gangsta Lou.
Somebody. I don't know if it was Kevin Charles or somebody. They had caller ID before caller ID was even out.
Wow.
Yeah, and
That's crazy.
they were waiting in the house for the kidnappers to call, but the kidnappers never called. See, what they were
Wow.
going to do was use the caller ID to identify whoever the kidnappers were.
Let me stop you there.
Mhm.
This is the first time I ever heard anybody say somebody had caller ID
Yeah,
and,
back then.
and they was waiting for the kidnappers
Yeah,
back then, because
yeah.
niggas didn't have that back then. So
No.
continue on from the whole caller ID aspect.
Right, so they were waiting for the kidnappers to call,
Uh-huh.
and but they never called. And you know, in hindsight, the reason was his uncle Apple, which had something to do with Darnell's kidnapping, was in the house at the time. So he alerted the people that was supposed to call back.
Not to call. Got
Yeah.
you.
And after they didn't call, Lou told me that Pat got hysterical and ran to the precinct. You see, and that's when the police entered into the picture. It was after they didn't call, and Pat, it was her last hope, and it didn't happen. So she went to the precinct. Yeah.
Shouts to Pat Porter.
Shout out to Pat.
My condolences to your brothers and your whole family.
Yeah.
So now, during this time, you 15, 16 years old. What was going on with you? Like, was you rapping then?
Yeah.
Or you was in the streets? Talk to me.
Nah, I was in the streets doing stuff that kids do, like, you know, running around, you know, taking people coats and all that kind of silly stuff. You
was in
understand?
the streets.
Yeah.
That's robbery, man, my brother.
Yeah, riding dirt bikes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I wasn't necessarily heavy in the streets because my brothers, I got 3 brothers, right? And they did their best to keep me out of the streets. You understand?
Gotcha.
So, you know, shout out to my brother Cleet. That's locked up, and right now Cleet is in downstate. Yeah, my brother Bugsy, we call him Bugsy. He's bugged out. Shout out to my boy Sean Coleon, who locked up with him in downstate. My brother Brent, aka Black.
Salute to him.
144th between Amsterdam and Broadway. In the 90s and around the early 2000s, that was $1 million block. You understand? The whole block was hustling.
Damn,
so my brother
really getting them M's. Huh?
Yeah. My brother Brent had a building, and him and his boy Uptown, his Dominican man. Shout out to Uptown. Him and his boy Uptown. They got caught in a conspiracy. The charges were conspiracy to distribute 62 or more grams of crack cocaine, and they gave him 30 years for that. Now. They gave him time back. He got time back after he did about 12, 15 years. And right now he's deported. He's back in Trinidad.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Stacy, who went on a 5 to 15 bid. Stacy, a.k.a. Ice. He's the wildest of all my brothers. He went to do a 5 to 15 and end up doing about 25 or 22 in the box. Wow. You understand?
Now, when you say these are your brothers, these are your biological?
My blood brothers, yeah.
Wow.
My blood brothers.
You got some wild-ass brothers, man.
Yeah. So they did their best to keep me out of the streets, but that can only last but for so long.
Gotcha.
So around that time, you know, I Cool G Rap is my idol when it comes to rhyming. Well, shout out to Cool G Rap. You made me want to do it, Rap. You did. Because the thing that I liked about Cool G Rap was his storytelling. My man Sean.
One of the best.
Yeah, one of the best. Shout out to my man Fat Sean from 135th between Amsterdam and Broadway. He had the MPV, and I just started smoking weed around then. We used to put in Cool G Rap Great Train Robbery album, smoke some weed, and listen to the whole album like a story. We used to do it almost twice a week. You understand? So me absorbing, you know, the way and how vivid Cool G Rap told his stories, I incorporated into my own style, and that's why I'm able to tell stories the way that I can.
Salute, dope.
So so now I'm on the Mob Style albums, and you know, and they're promoting it and stuff like that, and that was quite an experience, and that's also how I met Lou. It was through that.
Got you. That's what's up. Now I want to get into the whole Wu-Tang American Cream Team, and then also, who did you meet first out of Wu-Tang? Like, how did you get over there to Wu-Tang from Harlem to, I want to say, Staten Island in a sense, but they was from all over the 5 boroughs, truth be told.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Raekwon is originally from East New York. I think he was born in East New York. He said that on one of the records. So salute to him, because I'm from East New York.
That's a little brother, Don P. I love you, Don.
So how did Baby Thad, a.k.a. Twiz, or it was the Twizzy, right?
Yeah, well, it was Baby Thad when I met them.
Okay.
And Banky, because of my chain, started calling me B Twizzy.
And that's Chip Banks.
Chip Banks, who died. God bless the dead.
God bless the dead. R.P.
Shout out to his brother Black, his cousin Snapper.
Yes, sir.
So,
tell me that story. How did you meet?
His cousin Haas, too.
Okay. Salute to the homie. How did you meet members of Wu-Tang, and how did you, I guess, you was signed to Ray, right?
You know, I actually didn't sign any paperwork with them, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, break that down.
Now,
let's go to the meeting, though, first. Meeting them brothers.
One day, I was on my way to the studio. I had a crew called Harlem Hoods. And the way that we patented the Harlem Hoods was basically off of the Wu-Tang. with about 8 members. Shout out to Black Rain. Shout out to Say Cool, which was Ghetto Fabulous at that time. Shout out to my boy Reggie Hill. Shout out to Aswards. Shout out to Don P. Pacino. You know,
salute.
So we had our crew was rather thick, and we patented ourselves off of the Wu, but just from a Harlem perspective.
Okay.
So one day I was on my way to the studio in my mother's building, because AZ family lived on the 1st floor. I lived on the 5th.
Gotcha.
So one day I was on my way to the studio. I get off the elevator, so I'm walking out the door. AZ said to me, "Yo, Dad, come here." So when I walked up to him, I seen him talking to a gentleman. So he was like, "Yo, spit something for him." I'm like, "Yo, hey, no disrespect, bro, but I'm on my way to the studio right now, man. I'm running kind of late. I'm paying $50 an hour. You know what I'm saying, bro?" So he like, "All right, go and handle your business." So I shook his hand. I shook the gentleman that he was talking to hand. So when I came back from the studio, he was like, "Yo, give me what you did." This was what AZ said to me.
Okay.
So he told me to give him whatever I did, and I gave it to him. And soon after, I found out that the gentleman, which people may know him as Power, Oliver Grant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the gentleman he was talking to on the steps inside the building was Oliver Grant Power.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I believe he gave Power the CD, and Power was interested in doing something with us. And
let me stop you there. Now, at this time, where was Wu-Tang? Did they put out the Cuban Links album?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were huge.
They was huge. Okay,
Yeah.
they was Wu-Tang.
Yeah, they was
Cuban Links
Wu-Tang.
came out. Did Ghost's first album come out already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to get the time frame.
Because they had they had the God bless the dead Mel. Yo, it's so much death around me that is crazy. I'm almost tired of saying God bless the dead.
God bless the dead.
Yeah. However, we all got appointments, so know that.
Yeah.
So
can't escape death.
Yeah, you can't escape it. So God bless the dead Mel. Now Mel was the person that handled Powers and Raekwon's business. So I remember they had the Wu-Tang van wrapped, and they used to come up there and pick me up and stuff like that, and it just was a bunch of fanfare.
Yeah, but before you get there, I'm trying to really get a visual of that moment that AZ passed your music to Power, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, being that y'all patent yourselves behind Wu-Tang in a sense, right? So you just didn't know who he was, you know.
No, I didn't know who he was.
That's what I'm saying. And they was already Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Because Power at that time was really behind the scenes.
Yeah, he executive producer.
And all that, and even Wu Wear and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Right?
All of that.
All that. Now, okay, AZ give him the music. What was his, I guess, response or his reaction to you? Like, did he say, "Yo, I need to sign him ASAP," or "I need that"? Break that down.
Well, me judging from the speed at which AZ came back and told me, and shout out to AZ. One thing I could say about
he threw alley-oops.
Yeah, he threw alley-oop,
Salute.
but never asked me for nothing out of it. Never act like I owed him anything. I respect you for that. A.
Yo, salute
You
to
see what I'm
AZ.
saying?
That's G'd up.
Yeah, I respect
Salute.
you for that. So, so judging from the speed in which AZ returned and set up the meeting, I would say it was a positive reaction from the stuff that he heard. Because not for nothing, we have fire, bro.
Got you.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I know. You know I know.
Yeah.
And then the streets already told me, and then if you look in the comments of your teaser,
Right.
this dude saying, "Baby Dad been spitting crazy bars."
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, what?
All right,
What?
cool. Shout out to
What?
shout out to the comments.
Dad been nice. Twiz been nice. That's all you
Yeah,
see in the
yeah,
comments.
thank
Salute
you.
to the Rec Mob and everybody in the
Thank
comments.
you, everybody.
No
Thank you.
doubt. Yeah, you welcome.
So-
But so okay, because I like getting to all the elements
Right,
of
right.
the whole story. AZ passed, I guess at that time, was it a tape? To
It was a
Power.
CD.
CD.
Yeah.
To Power. And say like, I don't know, hypothetically speaking, it might have been a Thursday, right? They say if it was a Thursday, right? What day did you hear that response? Was it on like a Sunday, Monday, even Saturday? Like hypothetically speaking, because I know you don't remember the day.
I would be lying if I said I
Was it like 3 days?
Actually, I think it was about a week or two.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you know these dudes, they moving and shaking.
Of course, they're on tour.
So what I could say, excuse me, the next time that him and A got together is when I got the phone call. You understand?
And I want all the elements. You here to stay that you're not running nowhere. MRecktv got you for 2 hours. You got the phone call. We want to know, what was that phone call like?
A said to me, yo, take this number down. So I took the number down. He like, homeboy name is Mel, call him. And I'm like, Mel? He said, yeah. He said, the guy that was on the steps that I gave the CD to, his name is Power. He's the executive producer of all the Wu-Tang stuff. And he's interested in doing business with you. And I thanked him. And he said, yo, just look out for my little brother. And I said, always, eh? And because Wayne did beats.
Okay.
Yeah, because what I did was, because like I said, when we were younger, my crew that I ran with, even though I lived down the hill, the crew that I ran with was between 145th, between Amsterdam and Broadway. You understand? And my boy, shout out to Audley, shout out to Kenneth, shout out to Mikey, shout out to Marv that was down the hill with me. See, they all did bids. They all got, because we was a stick-up crew. My brothers had the whole hill on some stick-up shit. What they would do is, because back then, you know, Broadway had all of the Dominicans. That's where all the coke was.
So we would wait up top to get your weight.
Yes, sir.
And I remember, because even 50 said it in a rap. 50 said something to the effect of, we serve anybody like the Dominicans from Uptown. Something like that.
Yeah.
Remember, you hop out, Uptown, them niggas like, yo, Poppy, what you want? What you want, Poppy?
Thousands of them. Don't do something and they chase you up out of there deep.
Yo, I'm going to tell you something. Me and my brother got into it with the Dominicans in the game room
on Broadway.
And they locked the spot. They locked the spot.
They
and I don't know how we got out of there. We was fighting like 30 Dominicans rolling on the floor, throwing niggas into the game. I don't know how we got out of there.
Don't let them say joropero.
Yo, my clothes was all ripped up and all that, but we got up out of there. I was like 17, 18.
Nah, they formed.
Yeah.
So around that
Shouts to my brother Rome. He know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Yeah, but
so my block actually, even though I lived down the hill, I hung out up the hill between my crew was between 145th on Amsterdam and Broadway, which the 30th precinct eventually I found out named us. They had a nickname for us. They call us the Fox Unit.
Damn.
Because of 145, I guess the 5 they started calling us the Fox Unit.
Gotcha.
So one thing I learned in life, and I learned this from watching my brothers from their mistakes, I learned that it wasn't what you do, it's how you do it. You understand? I did all the dirt, but it wasn't what you do, it's how you do it. Like my boys, like we would do jokes and then they would buy a pound of weed, we buy a bunch of dirt bikes, buy like 6 hoopties. You see what I'm saying? Run through the money and then back doing it again.
M.Reck. Y'all wanna stunt and floss on Front Street? The Hawk will tear through your gut, spill out your lunch meat. You the main Vic, they booking for drugs. Niggas starving out here, and you looking like grub. That new M.Reck, Catch a Lick single, aka Money Dance, that's killing their airwaves on Shade 405 and many different other stations in Connecticut, Boston, so forth and so on. You can get it now. The links is in the video description. It's available on Google Play, Deezer, YouTube Music, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, etc., etc. Go get that. One. Slug you, the streets don't love you. Not at all. By now, homie, you shoulda knew that. Ain't no Nino Browns in this town. You a new jack.
Crummy beats, y'all.
Peace, world. To promote your music or promote your business by placing an ad on MRecktv, contact MRecktVpromo, MRecktVpromo @gmail.com. Peace. Oh yeah, subscribe to MRecktv, youtube.com/MRecktv. I'm gone. MRecktv.
It's got a music.